Tony, we desperately need you. All right. Brand new segment. We're kind of figuring it out as we roll here. But after game one, panic is too strong of a word, but there's been a whole lot of concern, man. We're all upset. And a lot of that concern and the fury has been thrown towards Jordan Poole. So he had a great game, right? I think he had 6 3-pointers. I know he ended up with 21 points, but the one play everyone is talking about is that final three, right? The one he took with 11 seconds left and is a little bit too far out. And because of that, me included, we've been throwing a lot of criticism his way. So here's where I make an admission. I don't want you to tell anybody. I throw that criticism around, but Tony, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not sure what the play was supposed to be. I can tell you why I'm angry at it, but I can't point out the things in the video that support my anger. And so that's why we're turning to you, dude. 2 reasons. 1, I know that you're a Jordan Poole fan. I know that you support him pretty vociferously on Twitter. But 2, another thing I don't want you to tell anybody, you know this stuff better. You have played in a professional context. You coach for a living. You can bring us through. So we need your help, all right?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sure, of course. Yeah. So we are right now looking at the setup for the final play. We're starting at the end. We can see Steph's body posture. I find it very familiar. That was me right after Jordan Poole missed that shot. But start it over, Maxime. And here's my first question for you, Tony. Talk us through what's supposed to happen. What was the play call here?
So I don't think there was a play call. It was, we got the rebound. Don't let the defense set up. Let Steph cook. And the Lakers very smartly doubled Steph to get the ball out of his hands. So seeing Draymond not come over to set the screen, I'm assuming they thought it would be a one-on-one situation and Steph was going to do some sort of step back 3 at the free throw line extended there. I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like there's any set being run other than let's read off what Steph does.
And that leads to our first criticism. All right. So I got 3. I'm going to telegraph all 3 punches. You tell me each one why they're wrong. First one is he shot it from way too far out. Second one is he shot it with way too much time on the clock. And the third one, we'll start backwards because you just triggered it, is why wasn't it Steph shooting? We've got Steph and Clay, the 2 greatest backcourt shooters in the history of the game. Neither took the final shot. So let's start there. Can I be angry that it was Jordan Poole, not Steph or Clay taking that shot?
I don't think so, because Steph had the ball in his hands and he was double teamed by 2 guys much bigger and longer than him. So in this instance, pause it right there. What was he supposed to do at half court? Try to drive by 2 guys? Now, I think the curious thing is he gives it to Draymond here, and I think he was expecting to come off with a handoff and come downhill. But Draymond immediately throws it to Poole. So now Poole, if he had to do it again, probably would have been a little bit closer. But in a bang play, Poole, this is a shot he hits. He's probably like, hey, I'm in a fine spot. I have space. But I think Steph was a little surprised that Draymond just hot potatoed it to Poole.
Was Poole wrong to fire it up right there? I mean, I'm jumping the gun. But yeah, I mean, do you blame him for not continuing to work it around and get it back to Steph or Clay?
No, because I think then you run into the situation where maybe you don't get a shot off because you're scrambling. Look, he was open. He caught it in rhythm and he missed. And then, people are saying, or you're saying, hey, there's too much time on the clock. Yep. Well, that's actually a good thing, because in a situation like this, you want some time on the clock to get a rebound and get another shot. Now, if you notice, they didn't get the rebound, but they got what appeared to be a jump ball, which would have given them another possession and a shot. So if he shot that with, let's say, 3 seconds on the clock, game's over. You either make or you miss. So could he have taken a dribble in? Sure, maybe, but Vanderbilt was closing out. Again, he makes this shot. He's a hero. He misses this shot. We're going to blame the whole game on him when there was lots of shots missed throughout the game. And that's a shot, Maxime will show us later. That's a shot he hit multiple times last year in the finals, from the same exact spot.
3 seconds to get a shot off. Wiggins to Poole. Poole gets it off in time. Oh, he banks it in! He banks it in! They count it!
So he feels comfortable shooting it. He just missed. And he was shooting at the time 60% from the 3. I don't think it's a terrible shot.
I've heard a lot of people point out that you're not guaranteed to get another open shot, and maybe he took that because it was the best shot they were going to get in that possession. But that triggers a second point, right? Maybe he was open because he's like 1,000 feet away. He was so far out, Tony. Can I be angry at that, dude? Was he too far that he should have at least, taken one or two dribbles, gotten closer to the 3-point line, and fired it up from there?
I don't think it's dribble to get closer. He probably should have been closer on the catch, right? Yep. So when he saw the pass go to Draymond, he should have drifted a little bit towards the 3-point line. But then again, I don't know if he's expecting. So right now you're looking, he's probably not expecting to get the ball, because I think what Steph is thinking, I'm passing to Draymond, I'm going to get a handoff and go downhill. When they double me, that's when Poole inches in towards the line and catches for a wide open shot. But Draymond just got rid of it so fast that maybe Draymond didn't let the action happen.
So looking at the final play, all my anger had been directed at Jordan Poole, because that's easy, Tony. It's easy for me to just follow the ball and see whether or not it goes into the rim, right? And that's why we're asking you. You can see things beyond that. Are there criticisms to other players? If it's not Poole, is there anyone else who we could throw some shade at?
Yeah, I would say two people. One is Draymond, because it looks like Steph wants to come off and get a dribble or a handoff. Okay, Steph doesn't move as fast as he normally does once he does, but he starts to move. He sees the pass immediately go to Poole, and he stops playing. So at the end of the day, if Dre doesn't make that pass, he hands it off to Steph. Now you have some action where players have to help make a decision. Maybe Poole gets a closer shot. Maybe Steph comes off that and he takes the same, 35-footer, and now people aren't upset. I think the other person that might deserve a little bit is Andrew Wiggins. I think he watched the shot instead of preparing to go get the missed shot. So if you notice, when the ball goes up, he's just standing there, and he could have maybe anticipated. I mean, it's a bang-bang play, but at the end of the day, you can't put this all on Poole. He got the ball in an open spot. Draymond passing the ball. Why didn't Dre give it back to Steph?
That leads to the last one, and they're all kind of interconnected, right? But you've explained to me why Steph didn't take it. He got doubled. You've explained to me why Poole took the shot when he did. It allows for the offensive rebound, and he was kind of in rhythm, so he had to take it from there. That leaves the final thing. Why not make sure Clay gets a look? Something. Why not hold on to it? Maybe there was a screen coming off to the other side. Why can't I have just relied on the Splash Brothers to have taken the final three?
Well, if you notice, Clay's in the corner, and he's being face guarded by Schroeder. So if Poole decides to drive and penetrate to try to get Schroeder to double him, remember, they're up 3. He's not leaving Clay. So if Clay is standing there, there's no way for Clay to get the ball. Now, if Clay would have come up and got a handoff or some sort of interchange, maybe, but him standing there, no matter what Poole would have done, Schroeder wasn't leaving him. They don't care if he gets a layup because they're up 3. So in that instance, I mean, either Clay needed to move, go somewhere different, or not run to the corner and stand.
Give me a bottom line. So we've watched this. You've heard all the critiques. We've gone through the questions. Good shot, bad shot.
In this situation, I think it's the best shot he could have taken. At the end of the day, he could have dribbled in, had a more contested shot. He still could have missed. So, I don't know if people are angry because it's him that shot it. He's been catching a lot of flack lately from some loud Warriors fans. But if he makes it, he's a fucking hero.
I appreciate you calling me a loud Warrior fan.
Yeah, you're welcome.